It doesn't matter. The Constitution is more important than anything. They wrote it for hard times. And it's been the ambition of every totalitarian system throughout the history of mankind to control every aspect of human behavior. They've never been able to do it because they don't have the technology. But today, that technology now exists. We have facial recognition system that's watching us all the time. We have digital currency that allows the government now and increasingly to understand every purchase that you make. We have GPS that's following us and knows where we are all day in our cars, in our watches, in our devices. We have Alexa and we have, Siri, and are listening to everything you say, every conversation you have, and recording it with the NSA, harvesting your data. These big corporations. Bill Gates has this now data center that is harvesting all this data and then monetizing it. Siri is not working for you. Alexa is not working for you. They're working for Bill Gates and the NSA. And when a government, so it's more important than ever that we have a deep commitment to our constitutional rights in this country, because the capacity of the government to enslave us is like nothing before. They have technology that can look through walls. You can't hide in your house anymore. You can't hide anywhere. There's approval now for 415,000 low-altitude satellites that will be able to look at every square inch of Earth 24 hours a day. And this is the time we need to be raising the barrier of our constitutional rights and inculcating and imbuing the generation of Americans that nobody is allowed to touch these. And what I recognized during COVID when I was fighting these incursions, they gave us back a lot of these rights. But once the government sets the precedent that they're allowed to take them away, that right is much weaker than ever before. So now they can take them away if they're for any crisis, for war, for financial crisis, and they have an endless pipeline of new epidemics that they can use as justification. And our rights are going to mean nothing if the only way those rights are going to exist is just a piece of paper, unless we all believe in them, unless we're all committed to them. And we need to start teaching civics to our kids, because, we watch the entire American press go along with this and say, yeah, that's okay. We need to silence these people. They're supposed to be the guardians. They're supposed to be in a constant posture of fierce skepticism toward government policies and government pronouncements and other pronouncements by large agglomerations of power. And they did the opposite. They became stenographers for the government. They became propagandists for the government. They're supposed to speak truth to power. They were speaking for the powerful to the powerless. And they were stifling dissent, and they were involved in it. So, all these institutions of our democracy only function if the American people believe in them. And we're not educating kids about it anymore.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. We know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction, so therefore they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. We have stocks slightly up. And guys, in crypto, we know we have options tomorrow. If yield rates stay where they're at, I definitely see us pulling back. We know Jerome is in the house. We know they like the markets to look good, but we know people can care less about crypto. The only thing they care about is that stock market. And the stock market is going to be volatile based on Jerome Powell's comments. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now moving up. We have the dollar moving up. We have volume in crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $321 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And, of course, guys, again, we have Jerome in the house for Jackson Hole. We received the revised employment numbers, 818,000 revised down. We know how bad the economy is. You can look at credit cards, look at bankruptcies, look at delinquencies. You see all types of holes in the economy. This thing is definitely coming crashing down. Even if they start cutting rates, the damage has been done and the Fed knows it. But remember, guys, this is all part of a plan. Destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And guys, that's biblical. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we see the digital economy moving right along when it comes to Europe. We have Coinbase will enable a one-to-one conversion between the euro stablecoin. What it leaves out in the heading, of course, is that Circle's stablecoin. And of course, USDC started on Coinbase. We're seeing the puzzle come all together right in front of our eyes, but unfortunately, the sheep are asleep. They stay distracted on things that don't matter. And we also know the EU has laid down legislation. And will they lay down legislation this year in the U.S.? Now, because we're so close to a new administration, I don't see it happening until the first half of next year. The new president's job is to lead us into this digital economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. We have Bitcoin and Ethereum right now down. And we have Ethereum outflows continue. And we know that's Grayscale over 2.5 billion. But we have Bitcoin's inflows continue. And we know BlackRock is leading that. Yes, guys, you can't make this stuff up. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have NEM launches privacy-preserving VPN app in beta. And guys, we know how important privacy is going to be in this fourth industrial revolution. You don't have to be an expert in the technology. You just need to know enough to make sure you don't fall for the devil's tricks. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Binance new CEO working on a 100-year plan, and part of that is compliance. Now remember, Binance had cut off the United States. Why the U.S. has oversight over Binance should let you know they were a part of the takedown in the first place, because they act like these other countries don't have the SECs, the CFTCs in their countries. They already have regulations, legislations in their own country that can handle their own business. And remember, Brian Brooks went to go work for Binance US, and then next thing you know, everything started to crumble. Remember, guys, this is a big plan. It moves in phases. We've seen the United States banks get away with 100 times worse and just get a slap on the wrist. But we know the banks are the biggest what? I'll let you finish that. Now we have Tron-based Sun Pump meme coin generator, Flips Pump Fund, and daily revenue. And lastly, guys, we have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pulls out of the race. And he also was a spokesperson for Bitcoin and crypto, but then also, guys, he gave us the truth about the economy, history, the agenda of all this technology, the truth about the C word. He was the Andrew Yang this time of this presidential race. And everything Andrew Yang was stating has come true. And everything that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. stated is going to come true. And that was his job. We know the NWO gives you the truth. It's just whether you want to accept it. But instead, we know a lot of the people are going to go with the snake, even though they're telling you they're a snake. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.